Hi guys, this is Pam from the Video Game Movie Dome. The video was done a few days late than what I wanted, but I had technical difficulties with the phone and shooting the video the other day, so it's coming to you a little bit late. But I'm happy to do the Q&A. This will be the first part of two parts of the Q&A. You guys did an awesome job submitting the questions, and it was more questions than what I thought would come in. So I was very, very happy about that. But I have the questions all on the iPad, so I could just go through them and all that. Again, I haven't looked at them in detail, so everything is like spontaneously going to be answered. So let's get to it. How did you come up with the Video Game Movie Dome? Well, I always wanted to, personally, being a movie collector, go to a place that I could talk movies. I could, always see what's available and all that. If I wanted a movie, if they could put it aside for me and all that. And I never really found a place like that. So in my head, I wanted to come up with a place like that since I love movies and all that. I never really thought it was going to be a reality. I thought it was going to be just, an idea I had and all that. And I'm happy that with the Video Game Movie Dome, I'm able to talk movies to people. I'm able to get to know people and their dislikes and likes, and what movies they may like, what movies they may not like. And the more you go to the Video Game Movie Dome, the more I talk to you via text or Facebook Messenger and all that, the more I get to know what kind of movies a particular domer likes. So in the Video Game Movie Dome, it just seemed, video games, movies, and the dome just seemed like a cool name and all that. Let's see, where are you located? So Video Game Movie Dome is located at FENSTY'S Flea Market, which is on 20 North 3rd Street in Bally, PA. FENSTY'S Flea Market has 30,000 square feet, tons and tons of vendors. Get everything from signs to antiques to Lomburger baskets to pinball machines, records, comics, like anything you could think of, sports memorabilia, anything you could think of, you can find it really at FENSTY'S Flea Market. It's for everybody. Come out of FENSTY'S and look at all the vendors and all that and what they have to offer. FENSTY'S Flea Market, like I said, is 30,000 square feet. So yeah, that's where Video Game Movie Dome is located. Let's see, have you always been there? How did you start? And future of the dome. I haven't always been at FENSTY'S Flea Market. I've been here for about 5 years. Before that, I was at Zern's Flea Market in Gilbertsville, and unfortunately Zern's closed and moved here a year before Zern's closed. Zern's was good to start. Before that, Columbus Flea Market in Jersey, outside, but had to pack up every day when I was done and all that. But Zern's was good to get a start inside, and FENSTY'S has been amazing. Video Game Movie Dome really took off when the Video Game Movie Dome moved to FENSTY'S Flea Market, yeah, it's been awesome. Future of the Video Game Movie Dome, future owning your own building. I don't, who knows what the Video Game Movie Dome has in store for the future. Right now, I am very, very happy being at FENSTY'S Flea Market, and it's just a perfect location at the moment. How do you keep track of people's wish lists? So I do it in 3 ways. One being my phone. Depending on how you message me and all that, I store people's wish lists on my phone and all that via through the contact list and all that. I write down your wish list and all that, or notes on the phone, or a notebook that I have at the stand. And basically through memory, I remember specific titles because I do have a really good memory. I remember specific titles of what people are looking for, and just sometimes I have to think back, okay, who is looking for this? So I have to go back to my notes or to my phone and see who was looking for it. And if it's a title that multiple people are looking for, I just go by who asked first and all that. So if you say, hey, I'm looking for the new Spider-Man, I'll say, you know, you're 16th on the list and all that. I'll let you know if I get one in and if you're up next. Let's see. Do you like movies? Do you collect specific movies? I love movies. That is why I started the video game movie dome. I've loved movies since I was a kid. And specifics, it's just whatever I like in my collection, from just regular movie Blu-rays especially. I love collecting Blu-rays and 4Ks, and the only ones DVDs in my collection that I have are maybe out of print, or maybe the Blu-ray is too expensive to get and all that. And I love collecting steelbooks. I'm a steelbook fanatic, but it doesn't mean that I collect every title in steelbook, even if it's available. Just like the Marvel movies, I love collecting on steelbook, and DC movies, I love collecting on steelbook. How old are you? Where were you born and raised? So, I'm 38 years old, and I was born in North Bergen, New Jersey, and I was raised in Barnegat, New Jersey. Any brothers or sisters? I have 3 younger sisters, so I am the oldest of 4 girls. Let's see. Were you a good student or a troublemaker in school? Any sports or activities in school? So I was a good student. I didn't cause any trouble. And activities, in my younger, in my beginning of school and all that, I was in, my parents enrolled me in karate, taekwondo. So I was, did that all throughout elementary and in middle school and all that. And for activities in school, I was in the student council, and I also was in the chess club in high school. Freshman year of high school, I joined the chess club and made my way to A team by sophomore year and enjoyed every minute of it. There was an A team and B team, and I think I was like A3 or A4. So I got to go to different competitions and all that, different schools and all that to compete, and it was a lot of fun. Is there a genre of movies you like, or chick flicks, or do you like chick flicks like other people I know? I do enjoy chick flicks, but it's not my favorite genre. My favorite genre is, it has to be like action, adventure movies and all that. I love it. I go to the theaters to see like action adventure movies because I love the cinematography and just like seeing just everything going on, all that. But yeah, that's the action and adventure movies are my favorite. In Cinema Sickness videos, I see you wear a brace. Do you have carpal tunnel? So I do wear a brace a lot of times. Yeah, you can see it in Cinema Sickness videos. It's not carpal tunnel. What I have is right hemiplegia, which is kind of like a partial cerebral palsy that affected my right side when I was born. So ever since I was born, like I've had limited use of my fine motor skills on my right hand. So since I was a baby, really, I had to learn how to use my left hand, like with a lot of stuff and all that, and try to use my left hand for things that people do with both hands and all that. So, it doesn't hurt or anything like that. Like I said, it's just the muscles get tight and all that, and just the fine motor skills aren't there on the right side. So it affected my right arm and my right leg and all that. But since I've never had use of both hands, like completely, I don't know what it's like to have use of full use of both hands and all that, and feet and all that. So it seems normal to me, and makes me work twice as hard, but it's challenging. And a lot of times if something's difficult, I really try my best to accomplish it and all that. Call it stubbornness, call it persistence. But then if I know that I can't do it, or it's going to take me longer than what time allows and all, I do, ask for help and all that. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, and it's fun. Let's see. Do you watch superhero movies? If so, who's your favorite superhero? I love superhero movies. Yes, I do. I'm one that wants to go to the theaters the opening weekend of a superhero movie, especially Marvel movies. I try to binge watch or watch the ones previous if I can. Like when Endgame came out, I watched all the movies to refresh my memory before Endgame came out. And my I have two favorite superhero movies. One for the characters. I mean, one from the Marvel universe, and one from the DC universe. And my favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man. My favorite DC character is Batman. Always love Batman. Always love Spider-Man. Let's see. Top two favorite movie franchises. So top two would have to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars. Love those two. Love every minute of them. Let's see. Top five favorite movies of all time. Wow. In no particular order. The Sting with Paul Newman and Robert Redford. The Rock with Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris. Stalag 17 with William Holden. And let's see, The Dark Knight with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. And the fifth, it's a tie between Jaws and E.T. Like, I love Steven Spielberg's movies and all that, and Jaws and E.T. were ones that I watched when I was a kid and loved them. So it's a tie between those. Favorite 5 Christmas movies. In no particular order again. Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life, Die Hard. It's a debate if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, but I consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. A Christmas Story, and The Santa Claus. Top 5. Love Christmas and all that, and when Christmas comes along, I love watching those movies. Is there a movie or show that people would be shocked that you haven't seen? So yes, I did not know this question was there. I have a friend that always gives me a hard time for not seeing this series of movies, and I have not. It has not interested me, and that is the Harry Potter movies and all that. I've watched the first one, and I haven't. It's a series of movies that hasn't really interested me in watching and all that. I know probably a lot of you are going to be like, "What? You haven't seen Harry Potter?" But yeah, I haven't seen the Harry Potter movies. And show-wise, being a Star Wars fan, a lot of people are shocked that I still not have seen The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus, so I've been kind of hoping that would come to physical media, hopefully soon, because I really want to check out The Mandalorian. Let's see. How did you get into movies? What's the first movie you remember seeing as a kid? So how did I get into movies? When I was a little kid, basically, my dad loved movies too. He still loves movies, but probably I love movies more now. But my mom and dad, would sit down, watch a movie and all that, and usually by the end of the movie, my mom would be asleep. She would try really hard to stay awake, but it would be my dad and I awake during the whole movie. And I just loved watching movies. He would tell me trivia about actors or the movie itself and all that he knew, and I kind of memorized that trivia. And kind of since I was a kid, yeah, I loved watching movies with my dad. Probably watched movies that I really shouldn't have been watching when I was a kid. I remember watching Dawn of the Dead when I was 5 years old and all that, which is why probably that movie still scares me to death, but I love watching it. And it's like my favorite horror movie right now, even though we'll get into horror at some point. Let's see. What movies do you remember seeing as a kid first? The movies I remember watching all the time were like E.T. We had the VHS of E.T. and I probably wore that down because I would watch E.T. all the time. I used to have the whole collection of all the classic Disney movies and all that. And the number one movie I would always put in is Sword in the Stone. Loved Sword in the Stone. And the other movie I remember watching when I was a little kid is Dawn of the Dead. I think it was made in the 70s, which scared me to death and all that. But I do remember watching that when I was 5 or 6 years old. And Jaws. I was 5 years old when I watched Jaws, and I loved it. It terrified me watching it the first time because the shark really was intense for me. But it turned out to be one of my favorites as I was growing up. Movie you watched as a kid that inspired you to accomplish something as a kid or teen. So I have two movies actually. That one is Searching for Bobby Fischer, which was in the early 90s, I believe. uh, and that it was about a little kid that competed in chess competitions and all that, and got really good. And that kind of like being in chess competitions and all that, I really wanted to do that. But in like middle school, they didn't have a chess club, and elementary school they didn't have a chess club. When I got to high school, that's when they had a chess club, and I couldn't wait to be in it and all that. And we had to like practice multiple times during the week and all that. And like I said, went to competitions, went to state competitions. It just kind of reminded me of the movie, and I loved it. And then the other one was I haven't watched it again as an adult, but the movie Sidekicks with Chuck Norris. Um, that was about like a kid overcoming. I think he had asthma and all that, and competing in karate competitions and all that, and going to tournaments and all that, which I got to do growing up, going to different tournaments and winning a few competitions and sparring and forums and katas and stuff. So those were the two that I could think of at the moment. Let's see. You sell video games. You play video games. So yeah, I sell video games here at the Video Game Movie Dome, and I do play video games. And if so, for how long? Since I was a kid. My dad, I don't remember if he had an Atari, but we had a original Nintendo and all that. And my dad and I think my mom sometimes would play the Super Mario, Duck Hunt. I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, things like that. So that was fun. And what was your favorite video game growing up? We had a Sega Genesis, and that was my favorite actual system growing up. And I remember always playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Toe Jam and Earl. So those were my two favorites growing up. And favorite video game now? My favorite video game now would probably have to be the Uncharted series. It's like an action adventure, and just have to figure out different things that are going on. Also, I love that in the game, and it has cool graphics. First movie you remember seeing in theaters? First movie I remember seeing in theaters was the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a lot of fun. I remember being very excited going to see it, and very excited coming out of it. Favorite serious food? Favorite eat out food? So I'm guessing serious food is like have to be steak and shrimp, if that's what they mean by serious food. Eat out food would have to be a cheeseburger or a pizza. Let's see. Least favorite genre. So not that I don't like this genre, but my least favorite is horror, just because I get scared of everything. I'm easily scared of movies and all that, so that's the genre that I kind of least watch and all that. Again, not because I don't like it, just because I have to be in the mood to get scared. And usually I like to go towards like action, adventure, comedy movies, things like that. Top TV shows. So in no particular order again. I love these shows. I constantly talk to customers and friends about these shows. But Breaking Bad with Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, Jonathan Banks, Bob Odenkirk. Then Better Call Saul, which is the prequel to Breaking Bad, which stars Bob Odenkirk. Yellowstone, starring Kevin Costner. Sopranos, starring James Gandolfini. And would have to be a toss-up between Dick Van Dyke Show, Hogan's Heroes, and Seinfeld. I love those three comedies and all that. Watched Dick Van Dyke Show on the TV land when I was growing up, and Hogan's Heroes and all that. And I started watching Hogan's Heroes because of Richard Dawson, because I liked watching him on Match Game and Family Feud and all that. So yeah, a toss-up between those three. Anything you're looking for in your collection? I'm always looking for specific steelbooks or specific Blu-rays. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm also looking for specific Pops, Funko Pops, because I do collect them. And the Funko Pops, I do know what I'm looking for. The Breaking Bad series. I saw it right when it first came out, the Funko Pop series, and I didn't get it, and now I regret it. I definitely want to collect those, but haven't been able to get my hands Do you watch westerns? If so, what's your favorite? So I do watch westerns. It's kind of like on a flow. Like it's probably my second least favorite genre. However, there's one that stands out that I love watching. I can watch it anytime. It's 3 hours long, and it's called Once Upon a Time in the West, starring Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson, and Jason Robards. And it's a fantastic film. Great soundtrack, just great directing, great cinematography, great acting, and all that. You really check it out if you're into westerns or curious and all that. What music do you listen to? So I listen to a whole variety of songs and music and all that, but my favorite by far since I was a kid is the Beach Boys. I've always been a Beach Boys fan. I went to multiple concerts of theirs and still continue to be a fan. But I do listen to country music, rock, hard rock, different songs and all that, different music and all that, but number one favorite is the Beach Boys. Have you ever met anyone famous? Yeah, the Beach Boys lead singer, Mike Love, I've met twice, and Danny Roebuck, actor, was in Matlock, Fugitive, U.S. Marshals. I met him, he came to the stand, I got to have a picture with him, and that was really excited. I was very excited he was in my stand. Let's see, are you a morning person, night person, afternoon person? I can function at any point in the day and all that. Probably the least is the morning, because sometimes I'm still trying to wake up at 9 a.m. but I'm still doing stuff. But I usually get all my energy right when maybe middle of the day kind of thing, afternoon, so to speak. Do you accept mail from people, like donations, movies and stuff, and so where? So I do accept mail from people. I have gotten mail from a lot of you. Thank you so much again for, like, I've gotten just letters, fan mail, how much you like the stand and all that, and I've also gotten donations from people, different movies and all that you've donated that people know that maybe I like, or that may be good in the store. But the only thing I tell people is please no VHS. I don't collect VHS and I don't sell VHS to the stand, but I do take donations in. And that information is always at the descriptions down below in every video and all that. You can see the PO box and all that. Let's see, do you remember your dreams? Yes, I do remember my dreams almost every time and all that, and I'm actually able to, if I wake up early in the dream, I'm always able to kind of go back into the dream saying, oh man, I really wish, I wonder what would have happened in that dream. And I'm able to, if it's the last thing I think of before I go to sleep, I'm able to go back into the dream and see what happens, or maybe change the story as to what happened, kind of thing. And last question for this video is, if you could have any job, what would you want to do and be? I am doing it. Video Game Movie Dome has been a dream, and it was a dream come true. I love doing the Video Game Movie Dome, and love meeting different people and all that, talking to people. It's just been amazing. So that is what I would want to do. That I wouldn't change anything about that and all that. I love the Video Game Movie Dome. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that like button if you liked it. And until then, this is the Video Game Movie Dome again, saying Video Game Movie Dome, keeping it physical. See ya. Hey guys, thank you so much again for watching and listening. If you have any additional questions based on the answers you heard today, please feel free to email, text, or comment, and I'll answer additional questions for you. Until then, see ya.